Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have an urgent message for the Divine Feminine. Please keep in mind that these messages may or may not resonate with everyone. So just take the messages that resonate and leave the ones that do not, okay? I'm picking up on a Divine Feminine who is having a heart chakra activation. And this activation is taking place after many years of this specific chakra being blocked, okay? That is coming through very clearly. Divine Feminine, you're at this place on your journey where you are unapologetically loving yourself. And it feels so powerful that it almost feels like an act of rebellion. So I don't know what it is that you've been through on your journey. I don't know what it is that you've seen on your journey. But there came a time where you really believed that the things that you went through completely defined you. You would look over certain chapters of your life and feel shame and feel embarrassed, feel judged. And a lot of this energy was simply projection. You're at this place right now where you have really been doing some soul searching and doing some digging because you are tired. You are tired of not living up to your true potential. You are tired of being put in situations where you feel as if you have to keep going over the same lessons and meeting the same people in different bodies, in different places, and in different timelines. You're tired of dealing with this loop energy in your life. If you're resonating with this message, something in your life is very cyclical. And it feels like it always brings you back to this topic of self-love, of you being able to look in the mirror and love all of you, no matter what it is that you've been through on your journey. And I'm getting that if you're resonating with this message, you have been through some very heavy things. Some very heavy things. Some things that you have never opened up or spoken to anyone about. It's strictly between you and God. And people may not even be aware of what it is that you're carrying because you do not look like what you've been through. Your energy is very powerful. Your energy is very potent, but you also have like this cloak over you where you come off very beautiful. You come off very polished, very well put together, but you have a story, a very powerful story that if some people were to hear this, it would bring them completely to their knees. And somehow you have managed to dust yourself off and to keep going, to be strong because you really didn't have an option to do anything else. And so whether you know it or not, there are a lot of people in your life who are completely inspired by you. They are completely inspired by your ability to keep it together regardless of what it is that you go through, because I'm getting that there are a lot of things that you are battling silently that you do not include people on. It's almost like you are so strong, you may not even want to burden people with the things that you go through. But your spiritual team can see everything. Your higher power can see everything. All of the things that you don't really speak about. And I feel like you've gotten to this place in your journey where you're beginning to acknowledge it. Not only that, because we're in this universal year 9, so much that you have kept bottled in is beginning to come up to the surface because it wants to be addressed. Not only that, it's because God is showing you that nothing that you've been through defines you. These were defining moments. These were moments that made you strong. These were moments that showed you aspects of your being or put you on a certain timeline that you never thought you would be able to conquer. But these are not moments that define you or defined your character. And it really feels like you're at this place where you're recognizing that. You're beginning to fall in love with what it is that you see when you look at your reflection. You're beginning to understand that you are a very, very powerful soul. You're beginning to understand that there's a lot of people who would not be able to go through the things that you had to go through, and to still be here, and to still show up, and to still look as good as you look. Okay? There's something about that. So you may be a very, very beautiful feminine energy. Something about your exterior does not match what it is that you have been through, what you have seen through your eyes and through your experience. So whether you know it or not, your life is about to completely shift. Because I truly, truly believe that life begins at the heart chakra. When you can begin to love yourself so deeply that there is nothing that can shake you, there is nothing that can rattle you, there is nothing that can challenge the way that you see yourself, this is when the universe begins to open up. This is where you really begin to move about in the world and take up space. And know that you're in rooms because God put you there. And know that opportunities come to you because you deserve them. And know that you really don't have to do anything. You being is just enough. And the way your energy is coming through, you are someone that has a huge heart space. So it was so painful for you to be in this situation where your heart chakra was blocked, where you couldn't really love as deeply as you wanted to love, where you had to hold back parts of yourself or not show the very essence of your being, when God in fact blessed you with a massive heart space. So some of you may not even know that that's your gift to the world. That's what you're here to do. You're here to be love. You're here to fiercely love yourself so much that other people look at you and they know what it looks like to be in that energy. They know what it looks like to live from the heart chakra, because that is completely rare. Because I'm getting clearly that you went through so many things that kept you or wanted to keep you in those lower energy centers, in the root chakra energy, feeling as if you were not safe, feeling as if you cannot get comfortable in a certain place, feeling as if you were insecure when it comes to your stability, or when it comes to providing for yourself, or having a certain level of protection or energy around you. It's almost as if this became second nature to you. But this is not your reality. This is why all of this energy is coming up. So when we look at this spiritually, this universal year 9 is about permanent endings. It's about certain themes or certain lessons that you do not have to learn anymore. You've learned it. Like I said, there's this cyclical type of energy, this loop spell type of energy, where you keep going through the same things over and over and over again. But it's almost like God is saying, no, you don't have to learn that lesson again. You don't need to go back in that place again. You don't need to receive that lesson again. You've already learned it. And if you kept going through these repetitive cycles, know that every single time you went through a cycle, you came out with new information. It wasn't in vain. So if you're at this place where a lot of topics are coming up, and I mean really deep-rooted things. So these could be things coming from your childhood. This could literally be your inner child crying out for some type of healing. This could be your teenager self. This could be your young adult self. There's an aspect of your being that wants to be nurtured and wants to be healed, and you are doing the work. Because I'm getting that your heart chakra is literally bursting open. This could be a very emotional time for you as well. Lots of tears, lots of purging, lots of memories coming back up. I mean, things that you have completely buried for a very, very long time. Because maybe you didn't want to touch it. Maybe you didn't have the tools to touch it. Maybe you didn't have the stomach to touch it. Whatever this is, it's so heavy. But I'm getting you are ready. You are ready to heal. You are ready to purge. Because there's a certain level of life that you're here to experience. And it begins with you literally cracking open your heart space so that you can know that you live in a loving universe, that you are protected, that you are safe, no matter where it is that you are on your journey. And also, more importantly, that nothing that you went through determines your worth. Okay, because I keep getting heavy root chakra energy. So there could be a lot of themes around your self-worth that are coming up. So this means that there is a huge blessing that wants to come into your life, but you have to know that you deserve it. You have to be able to hold space for it by truly, truly tying up loose ends and closing out certain cycles and certain things that you've been telling yourself for as long as you can remember. You are so much more powerful than that. And you know that. I feel like I'm just getting this image of you kind of looking in the mirror and smiling. Maybe even smirking at yourself because you cannot believe that you made it through half of the things that you made it through. And you still are here to tell your story. For some of you, your stories are so powerful and so inspirational. You should be telling them to someone. Your story could save someone else's life. The things that you've been through, your darkest hours, the things that God has literally pulled you out of, is going to save somebody. So while you may look at these stages of your life and feel ashamed or feel insecure about it, it's actually your biggest blessing. And I feel like this is what your spiritual team is trying to get you to realize. So this may literally be a time in your life where you really, really have to love on yourself. You know, I mean, really, really loving and nurturing yourself and prioritizing self-care. You may have to get you a pen and a pad and just write and purge anything that comes up. Because this is a time in your life where you really, really have to forgive yourself so that you can move on to your next chapter. Because the lessons that you have been learning, the lessons that have been on loop in your life, they're coming to an end this year. There's no need for you to go back to that place. There's no need for you to go back to that person, that source of pain or strife or challenge. You've already mastered that. Because anytime the heart chakra begins to open, that means that you are removing. You're pulling things out of your heart center that has been taking up space, that has been keeping you in a certain loop, on a certain timeline, with a certain person, in a certain place. This energy can manifest in many, many different ways. But the fact that it's opening really, really indicates that you are opening yourself up to something new. So this is a very, very beautiful time for you. This is a time for you to truly own every single thing that you have been through. And to know that because you went through that, you are not a victim. You are a survivor of whatever it is that you went through. And whatever this is, it's heavy. I mean, it could be linked to your childhood. It could be linked to so many things. But it's too heavy for you to carry into your next season. So if you're resonating with this message, it's completely safe for you to let go and to integrate this energy fully, because the more that you let go, the more room that you have to allow newness to come into your reality. For some of you, you've still been holding on because you don't know what's coming to fill that space. And it's very, very scary when you step into unknown territory. It's very, very scary when the universe starts snatching things from you, whether it be relationships, people, opportunities. But know that it's only happening so that you can get into true alignment and true authenticity. It's always an exchange. When something leaves your life, something better or something more aligned is always going to be able to find you. So no matter where you may be at this time, and no matter how this may look in your life, definitely trust the stage that you're in. There's always a higher purpose for it, even though it may be uncomfortable. Even though things may be coming up that you really don't want to look at, things may be coming up that may be very, very hard for you to speak through or write through or address. It's only coming up because you've been wearing these parts as your identity. And it's not a true reflection of who you are. It's only a reflection of what you went through in order to build your character. So definitely continue. Whoever you are on the right track with this healing work that you are doing. Your heart chakra is bursting open. You are literally living life from this place. And this is such a beautiful frequency to be on, because this is the frequency of unconditional love. This is the frequency where the universe is going to begin to pour all that love back into you. The more space that you create, the more that you open up your heart space, the more the universe has to pour into your life. So I feel like this message is really an acknowledgement from your spiritual team that whatever it is that you may be going through, it's not easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it. And as long as you continue to exchange the energy of who you think you are for who you actually are and who God sees you as, your life is going to get easier and easier. Your energy is going to get lighter and lighter. And the world around you is definitely going to reflect what's truly, truly in your heart space. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. I hope this message finds the divine feminine that it was intended for. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.